I know you all have heard, just get over it, what's done is done. When it comes to relationships, I've heard that too. I've been cheated on back in the past by my ex husband. And the thing that, when I always hear that, because I've heard that for other kind of behaviors and other things in relationships as well, what I know now is that if that person, of course, has cheated on you or abused you or broken the trust in relationship, that kind of thing, yes, those are the words you're going to hear. What's done is done. Just get over it. It's already been done. Why you keep throwing it up in my face? A lot of times that happens because the person is not taking responsibility for their own actions and constantly blaming their friends, you, that you did this and that's why they cheated or this kind of thing. What I heard when I was cheated on was that because the men in my family did the same thing, so I'm gonna do it too, which is a damn excuse. And I know that's not changed behavior. That's one thing I want to let y'all know for those out there who are going through things like this in relationships. Just know that your needs matter as well. Your boundaries matter. When stuff like this happens, you have to strengthen your boundaries. That's exactly what I had to do too. I left the relationship, but people do stay in relationships where they're cheated on. I know that's a choice you make. But like I said, I definitely left. And I had to strengthen my boundary and stick to my word and stand on what I said. If this happens, I'm leaving, regardless as to how long we have been together. And like I said, when you notice it, some like I said, some people do stay. The only way I would have stayed, well, I take that back. I wouldn't have, but the only reason why people would stay is, of course, if you start to change behavior. If that person starts taking responsibility and start putting the blame back on themselves instead of blaming you for because you didn't have sex with them, that's why he or she went to go cheat or whatever the case is. When you start seeing change behavior is not just them talking a good game, that's when you know that person's actually trying to change and go a different direction and do right. Like I said, until that time, like I said, you're going to keep getting the same kind of situations over and over again. That's why some folks stay in relationships where they're abused a lot, or physically abused, mentally abused, cheated on a lot. Oh, he said he's going to get it together, or she said she's going to get it together. If you haven't seen any kind of behavior that's telling, saying that they've changed, that they're taking responsibility for their own actions, then they are not going to change anything because you're sitting there letting them do it. I guess I put it that way. They know what they're doing. That's part of manipulation and control. I can tell you that. They know exactly what they're doing. And they know that you're not going to leave because you love them. I guess I put it that way. At some point, ladies and gentlemen, we have to start using our minds, not our heart with situations like this. Know when you're going into a relationship, know what boundaries and know what you're going to take and what you're not going to take. And stand on your word. I don't care if you've been together 10 years and there's cheating going on. Stand on your word like you said you're going to leave that relationship. If that's what you're going to do, go ahead and do it. Don't just wait around for this person to get things together. If you sit there and had this conversation with this person, let them know what your boundaries are, and they still broke the boundaries anyway. You have to do what you got to do for yourself. I was the one who left that relationship. I wasn't staying. When I found out, probably about a month and a half, saved some money, found an apartment. I was up and gone. We had been married probably about I don't know, 3, 4 years by then, something like that. By then, I wasn't sticking around to figure out whether he was going to change because I knew at that point when he told me that he did it, he did that because other men in his family did the same thing. He wasn't going to change at all anytime soon. And yes, now he's doing fine. But like I said, back then in the 20s, playing games, doing all these things, he wasn't going to change at all. And I knew that. Yes, while it hurt, while I cried, while I was upset and this kind of thing, my marriage is over. Okay, I found other relationships. That's fine. I took a few years to, of course, to find myself in that time as well, to figure out what I wanted, to make sure that I'm sticking to my boundaries, and to make sure that I'm showing myself the love and the self care that I needed as well. I didn't just hop into the next relationship. But like I said, I'm telling y'all this, like I said, for a reason. Make sure that you protect your boundaries and protect yourself when you're going into these relationships, y'all. You don't have to put up with anything and everything just because somebody tell you that they love you or that they can make you happy or that they got money or anything else. Make your own self those things first before you get into that relationship. That's what life is all about. And that's what I talk about a lot as a life coach and a social worker. I talk about that all the time. If you ain't right, your relationship ain't going to be right. Just take these words to the wise, y'all. Don't let nobody sit up and keep telling you or tell you once, tell you twice. I put it that way. What's done is done. Just get over it. You can't just get over anything because those things hurt. They may not care about the hurt, but you care about the hurt because you're the one that's affected. Take care of yourself, y'all. You deserve better.